loading up the car. So heading out for a little weekend adventure to a new place. Going to South Mountain State Park up in North Carolina. It is about an hour and a half from Greer, Greenville upstate area, and you got about an hour and a half drive, so hopefully get there about 1:30. Check in at the visitor center, maybe get me a sticker, and then figure out where to overnight park, because I've never been up there, so be somewhere new. But anyway, I've got like 26 pounds, but this is a luxury pack. I've got a chair, I've got book, a heavy book. I think it's over a pound. But and then the only thing I am doing different is I'm not bringing a stove. I got some cold soak meals that I wanted to kind of test out to see if they were filling and stuff like that before I put them on a trip where I need the calories. So I want to see like how the cold soaking thing does. I tried one meal last time and it was really good, so try a different one today. I think I've got I've got 2 meals and one like breakfast for Sunday. I'm gonna actually have breakfast for a change. So anyway, we'll hit the road and we'll show you all the way. So, I mean, you can see the air quality is kind of crappy. It's been crappy probably for the past like 3 days. But anyway, we're gonna get out and make the best of it. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we got about an hour and 20 minutes drive. So, got a couple different campsites lined up so that way I can kind of, have an excuse to explore more of the park. I really don't have a set plan as far as like the hiking and stuff, because I don't know where the overnight parking is. So I gotta stop by the visitor center and find out all the details and stuff. But I've got a park map downloaded to my phone, all that. So just see what South Mountains is all about. I know there's a couple of waterfalls and at least 1 or 2 overlooks, so we'll see those for sure. But I did have to reserve these online. I mean, you can probably call the park office, but you can reserve them online as well. I think for the 2 nights it was like $30, so not too bad for a weekend. I don't think, but we'll see. I mean, I think from what I read online, there's like fare boxes and stuff like that, and several sites. So, and you basically pick the area and then pick, like, they have like 3 to 6 campsites or something like that. So anyway, we'll just make the best of it and see what we see along the way. Meantime, we just keep driving. Just saw a sign where it said that the gate closes at 10 and opens at 7 a.m. So, just in case you need to know. Alright, so we're here at the visitor center. I might try to film inside if they let me. But, so we're right here. So, my initial plan was to park here overnight, but I really don't know if you can park overnight. I think, for some reason, I'm beginning to think maybe the overnight parking is up here. So anyway, so we'll figure that out, but tonight we're going to camp at the Upper Falls. I think it's Upper Falls. And then tomorrow we'll do some sort of loop, coming back down, doing Chestnut Knob, and ending up over here at a Little River campsite, which funny enough is not by a river. It's actually like it is, but the campsites are not on the river. They're actually on a ridge. But anyway. So yeah, and then on the hike out, so I gotta go in the park office and register and stuff, maybe try to get me a sticker, and yeah, just see what's in the visitor center, because you do have to check in. I'll show the sign, because they have like a board showing available like campsites and stuff like that. So anyway, so I need to put that with my pack, and we'll show y'all everything. Sally, you're fine. You're fine. Alright, so one thing I will note is there is no cell phone service here. I think I lost cell phone service about probably 5-10 minutes ago, so just know that coming in.
In the bathroom? I trust you. Oh, you didn't
Trash cans. And this is where I picked up the map. So, I mean, there's nothing saying it's not free, so I just picked up one. So, here's the instructions if you do or don't have a reservation, which of course we do, but they'll show the availabilities and stuff. So, pretty cool. Oh, and there's restrooms on the side. They're really nice and clean. Oh, okay, so this is the road we came in on. Over here. So this is probably the waterfall. This is the Chestnut Knob. Wow, this is a really cool map. Anyway, this is the inside of the visitor center. They got some basic stuff. Looks like they sell some firewood. Anyway, we'll get checked out.
Hey, we weren't here for
Alright, so I picked me up a cute little sticker. And yeah, we do is the parking is 2 miles up the road, so we'll see you there. So here's the part, the hang tag they give you to hang off your rearview mirror. But then mark off like where you're staying each night. Of course, all the leave no trace things. And you have to know your license plate number. I just happened to remember it. I was kind of second guessing whether I knew it or not, but I just went ahead and told her. I figured I could just run back in if I got it wrong. But thankfully, I actually remembered my license plate number. Anyway, we'll head on to the drive. So, definitely a busy park. So, this is a Friday afternoon, about 1:30, well, almost 2 right now. Yeah, so they have like a little gift shop thing. It wasn't too big, but I mean, you know, it's understandable. But I like the displays and I like the things telling you kind of about the area and everything. Yeah, and I always appreciate a clean bathroom. But anyway, nice little drive. But you can tell like it's getting busier. I guess probably where other people will have half day off, they're getting up here now too. But like I say, most of these campsites were booked. Like, I just kind of pieced together, you know, based on, from what I saw on the pictures, that it was supposed to, it looked like it would be hammock friendly. Hopefully, otherwise I'll be sleeping on the ground. But just make the best of it. So yeah, just see what we see. Like I said, I've never been here, so it'll be something new. Right, Sally? Something new? Yeah. So the girl said that the road basically dead ends in the parking area, so you basically can't miss it. Big parking lot. Alright. So Chestnut Knobs 0.2 High Shoals. So yeah, my suspicion was right. It's this big parking area. So we are camping here tonight. So trying to decide if I want to do like some sort of loop, kind of explore around, and then maybe do the inner loop. Might save the waterfall till later. That way, maybe people will be done by then. So I might do the headquarters trail first, then circle around and do the High Shoals loop. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 miles today, so cool. So we got like a picnic area here. Looks nice. All the trees. Look at like all the signs and stuff. They got a ton of, oh, neotropical migrants. So it's probably a good birding place then, I guess. Kudzu is invasive. Oh, European starling is considered invasive. It evicts native bluebirds and flickers from their tree cavity. Huh. Wild boars, bears. So there's some bathrooms and stuff. Man, it's such a pretty day. Excited on trail sailing. Oh, I hope the campsites ain't filled with dead trees. I don't need another tree falling incident. Well, yeah, definitely don't need, because there's a bunch of dead trees. Definitely don't need a tree falling on a hammock. That would be bad. So, I bet this would be a fun place to bring kids, like, for like an outdoor nature thing. You know, if you're good at spotting wildlife and stuff. Oh, I bet they do like demonstrations and stuff down there. And you see they got like little benches where you can just sit and enjoy being in nature. That's a big like picnic area and stuff. It's really neat. Definitely a popular area. Now I figured it'd be busy, but it'd be interesting to see how busy tomorrow is. Just so happy to be on the trail. Me and Sally girl. So we're gonna do the headquarters trail. Trees. I really hope the campsite ain't dead treeville. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh gosh, everybody's hanging out by the water. So I was initially going to do this Big Bear Falls or whatever tomorrow, Sunday, but it's calling for rain, so I'm like passing it already. I might as well just go ahead and do it today. Warm up the legs a little bit. So pretty. No. Whew. The heart pumping a little harder. Go over there and then feed on them, but it's pretty. It's just a bunch of big boulders. You can kind of just circle around this big boulder. Pretty cool. Probably will be good too. This is definitely a busy park. If you want solitude, I'm beginning to think you ain't gonna find it here unless you get like miles away from this main access, but can't blame them. It's beautiful. I might come back up here on Sunday if it's raining just to kind of have it to myself, maybe. We'll see. Go get it. Shiny Creek. Oh, there's no little picnic area. Come here. So you see they've got some of the grills. It's a small one compared to Jacobs Creek, but it's very nice. Come here, son. Rattlesnakes. And that's something I hope I don't see this weekend. Camp Diary. In Nola, North Carolina. Okay. Okay, so we might see some homestead stuff. That would be cool. So that's the loop for the waterfall, but we're going to do the headquarters trail just to kind of get away from all the people and just kind of see what the headquarters trail is. I will say it looks like so far that all the picnic areas even have like the bear proof like trash cans and stuff. So we did the Big Bear Fall, or the Big Bear Trail. Then we came across the creek, and now we're taking the right on the headquarters trail. So that goes up by the Shinny Creek campsites, and then tees into whatever that green trail is. And then we'll probably do this High Shoals loop before getting to camp for the night. So the trail we're on, you need to go to Big Bear. It's just right over there, on the side of the creek. Alright, so I don't know how much snacking I'll do, but definitely gonna have some of these because it's hot and I'm sweaty. So just try to stay on top of my electrolytes. I'm gonna have the Cliff Blocks, salted watermelon. Oh, there's a nice breeze coming down through here. Right down there, I think it's the waterfall where we're at. Oh, that's pretty. how old this is. You're dripping water. You're absolutely dripping water. Oh my goodness. You're ridiculous. Come on. Something random I was thinking about is, you know, like as backpackers, you know, typically you try to get as light as possible, you know, to just maximize enjoyment, you know, stuff like that. But it's like if you always go ultra light and try to go as light as possible, aren't you losing strength? You know, if you're not carrying and practicing leave it. If you're not practicing carrying like more than 25 pounds, 28 pounds, maybe even 30, you know. Not like every trip, but just like every once in a while, just to carry it, just to see how you do. Cause like, you know, I mean, I could have very easily probably been about like 18 pounds today. Sorry, I'm hearing something up in the woods. Oh, it's just a squirrel. Okay. Anyway, I was just thinking, you know, if you always carry as light as possible, I would think you're losing, you know, strength, upper body strength is important, you know, whatever you're building when you're carrying the weight. I understand it, like, you know, if you're doing bigger mileage, you ain't gonna be carrying 30-some pounds. But for like a weekend trip like this, where relatively low miles, relatively easy terrain, why not bring a couple of electrics? You know, just challenge your body in a different way. So, anyway, I don't think I said my pack is 26.6. So, and that's like bringing a chair, that's bringing a book, a large book. So I brought some luxuries, so it's like, you know, I don't think it's going to kill me to carry more than 25 pounds or whatever. But what do you guys think? You know, if you go ultralight and you're always ultralight, are you going to be, you know, cardio-wise, yeah, you'll be great. Because you're probably doing high mile days. But just being able to just carry, you know, 26, 32 pounds or whatever. Something interesting anyway. Or not. Probably just me rambling. So 1.7 miles from the parking area. If you take the headquarters trail, is the Shiny Creek campsites. So they have trash bins. There's several camps. I won't walk all the way down. I won't film all the campsites, but as you see, they're numbered. So, and they got a bear box. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, all the campsites here have like a bear box and a privy. Though some people and some of the YouTube videos I found said the privies weren't that good. So, but this area possible. We got in here and it's buggy. But, I mean, you could probably make a hammock work there. Maybe in here. So, I mean, you got options probably to hang here. And like I say, they're numbered. So, you know, like when you reserve them, you reserve a specific number. It's not like you just reserve Shiny Creek and then you just come in and take the best one or whatever. So, but at least your water source is right here. Just listen to that all night. That'd be nice. So, anyway, let's say there's 3, 4, at least 4 sides. But I think all the things have picnic tables too. So anyway. Oh, I hope the campsite has that. Of course, I brought a chair. Why do I need a tree stump? Pretty cool little area. And that's nice that they've got the trash bins and stuff too. Alright, so I think we'll keep going straight. Yeah, 1.2 the Upper Falls Trail. I think that's what I was going to do. And my silly self forgot to actually download the map on All Trails, so I'm having to just navigate by a PDF map, which I have a paper map too, but anyway. So we are currently there at the Shiny Creek campsite, so we're going to keep walking around. So apparently that's 1.2 and walk down to the campsite. But like I say, we may do that loop, or we may just save that for in the morning, like pack up camp early, you know, and just go ahead and hit the trail early in the morning, just kind of avoid, you know, because I have a feeling that fall is going to be busy. But anyway, we'll just see where we end. So Shiny Creek. I wonder if there's any fish. Oh, there is a fish! It's snack time for Sally, so I'll give her this country archer beef stick. Since I didn't know really what to expect, and apparently today is going to be hill day, I'm going to go ahead and have my stroopwafel with some macadamia nut butter. This is like 200 calories just in this little pouch. That's how much the waffle is. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy that. Sally ate her beef stick, even though she was determined to drag it off into Poisonville. I enjoyed my little waffle with macadamia nut butter. Pretty good. But I was reminded real quick why I don't bring peanut butter. It's messy. But shared some of it with Sally. And I'm just enjoying the sights. Anybody is familiar with South Mountain? I'll try to research it, but what caused all these dead trees? Was it a fire or something? So we keep climbing. So we got a little more to go. So I'm gonna have some liquid IV. I can't remember which flavor this is, but I really like this stuff. So it'd be interesting to see what the other side of this loop looks like, or the trail, because this has been nothing but a climb since we got off the other trail. So I actually have cell phone signal here. I mean, it's 1 bar. It was enough for me to get my All Trails map downloaded, so I have that. Thankfully, we're almost done with the climb. But, I mean, this is a really pretty area. It'd be really pretty in the wintertime and stuff. With the leaves off, I bet you can see. Tell you what, I'm struggling today. I think I'll be ready to get to camp. I think I'd be ready to get to camp now. I'm just feeling tired today. I don't know if it's the heat or just why I took last weekend off. It's like I haven't hiked in like a year. Just everything seems harder today. But I'm enjoying it. It's really pretty. I'm glad I did like short mileage today, just to be able to have a more relaxed trip. Especially with this climb on this trail. I mean, it wasn't like a big climb like what I've been, what some of the things I've been doing this year has had, but kind of feels like, because I feel like I've already walked like 13 miles today. I don't know why I'm struggling so bad. Hey, yes, I'm ready for some downhill, or at least just level walking. Jeez. Yeah, definitely, if you can come this way, I think I would, depending on what the going down the other trail is like. I mean, because this trail here has been pretty much up until this last, like, maybe quarter mile. Yeah, pretty much that whole, like, 1.2 was uphill. Oh, so this is a bike path. That's cool. So that's how we'll go tomorrow. But we're going here down to the loop and then loop back around. So it's 1.3 to the campsite from here, but we're going to do the loop first. Oh, this would be incredible in the wintertime with the leaves off. And of course, another climb. I'm really beginning to think I took the hard way. There's ants crawling around all on these rocks. Oh, they should have like one little benches here. Cool view. Finally a downhill. I said I wanted downhill and I got it. This here's been a little bit steep going down, especially with this loose gravel. Makes it a little bit tricky. But then I had the realization about 20 seconds ago that this is the same way I gotta go to do the loop that I planned for tomorrow. So I've got to climb this tomorrow. Tomorrow's problem. Dang squirrels scare me to death. Getting Sally all riled up. So it's only a quarter mile to the campsites. So it'll be a quarter mile till we start to climb in the morning. But we're gonna go ahead and do the High Shoals Falls loop. So back to the trail. That one trail is like 0.6 apparently. So it's only 1.1 to this point. From where we started earlier. And the way we've walked is almost 4. But I think it's worth it because we got some quiet time. Because that other trail was really busy. Round Docks is what this trail was called. High Shoals something. But this looked like it was a pretty steep descent. So that's why I chose to go down this instead of up it. There's the outcrop just below the wooden bench. What a wooden bench. I'm assuming they're talking about that bank right there. This rock is... I didn't see a bench anywhere. Well, this is a well-worn path. All right, let's go. So right through the trees there is the main trail. Alright, so here's the junction with the main trail. Or like if you go down that way like a quarter mile, I think it's just right down there, is where we had turned left. Oh, it's just a little view. Nope. Now I kind of would like to know why they don't say to the upper falls straight, because I mean either way, I mean it's a loop. So, yeah, we'll just see what it's all about. Yep. There's some big rock. Oh, that's a big rock face there. Foliation. Rock sliding. So pretty. What you doing? You good girl? You like hiking? Go. That's so pretty. Whew. Ready to go up? Go up. Whew. There. So looks like we could do more stairs going to the campsite, but now we'll take the side trail. High Shoals Falls, 60 feet, plunges 80 feet. Oh, that's the cave they're talking about. So, yes, come check it out. Really cool. Really cool. Oh, the evening sun on the rock. So that was High Shoals Falls. So I think we got maybe about a half mile to the campsite, but a lot more stairs. All right, babe. No, get out of there. Poison ivy. No, no. For some reason she It's drawn to that like a freaking magnet. It's on both sides. I don't know. You're attracted to bad things. Go straight. I wonder how many people come down this trail don't realize it's poison ivy. Oh, that's a nice little bench. A little bench. Big tall stairs. Okay. Ooh, boy. Me. Oh gosh, this got steep. I about fell backwards. Oh, look at that view. Oh. Woohoo. Let's go. Aww. She's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. It's gorgeous. Alright, so let's find camp. Well, it's nice that they got a bench here. You can just sit here and enjoy this. I bet this was packed earlier. I'm ready for dinner. I'm ready to lounge in my hammock. Ready for all of the camp things. Shouldn't be too far. Wait. Is that camp? It's definitely a nice little spot. Yeah, we're not at the trail for camping just yet. What is this? I think this is the stream that goes down by the campsites. So it'd be nice. This has really surprised me at how nice this is. You know, I really wasn't. I just wanted to explore something new, so that's why I came here. But I really, like, I'd seen pictures of the high shoals, but like I was like, I don't like that, you know, big or whatever. Then you see it in person, it's like, it's pretty big. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it going. Kind of started feeling a little bit better, so maybe it was just the midday heat just zapped me. So, anyway, just try to get to camp. For reference, it's probably about 6:20 right now, so I got at least a couple hours of daylight. But I got filter water and cook, and well, not cook, but soak my food and everything. See how that goes. This is a pretty little forest. Oh, they're all pointing. Okay. I was starting to question myself there for a minute. Alright. Where's the campsites? That way, 10th of a mile. Woo! A little picnic area. I guess it's a 10th of a mile that way. Alright. One more tent. So it was like we're going to have an uphill right out of camp. Oh, I hope it's not buggy down here. Alright, so here is Upper Falls Trail campsites. We are in 3. There's the bear box. Stop. You use your fleetest. I'll wing it later. I wonder what side that is. Let's see. Oh, 5. We're only where 3 is. That's not the worst I've seen. Okay. So that's 5. Oh, dead trees. Ooh, man, dead trees this year. 3. Sweet. Okay. So we'll put our feet in there later. Alright. Let's find us a place to hang. Hopefully not under any dead trees. Maybe we can find some firewood. That'd be nice. Let's see. Okay, where are we camping tonight? This is really pretty though. Nice. A stream. Alright, so we'll figure out where to camp. It's not under a dead tree. I really don't know like what the boundary is between like the sites. So honestly, this right here looks pretty good between this tree and that tree, because I don't see any trees leaning this way. I really don't like over here. There's too many dead trees because that's a dead tree. How nice. People just try to burn their garbage instead, or just don't even bother trying to burn it. They just chuck it in there. It's ridiculous. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so we're at camp set up. I didn't deploy the tarp because it's not supposed to rain, so we'll see. Fixing to put my pack in Sally's tent, and then we'll get water, look for firewood, and enjoy camp. Oh, this is so pretty. Got the water. We'll feed Sally and then we'll worry about getting ourselves food and stuff, but I want to get firewood and stuff. It looks like that's a stump, I guess. I don't know. I was going to scrounge around for some firewood because I definitely want to do a fire tonight. Anyway, we'll get her fed first. Alright, so for dinner I'm having this salad by Outdoor Herbivore. It's cold soak. So it's cabbage, broccoli, carrots, and a ginger sesame dressing. There's 1 cup of water, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So there's the ingredients, calories, all that fun stuff. And then for dessert, I'm having the Vanilla Crunch dark chocolate bar. So I'll let this soak, and then walk y'all around, because forward down there is really nice, but I think it's more probably tent friendly than hammock friendly. This side is really nice, but there's a lot of dead trees, so I kind of had to be picky about where I set up. There's one other person, I haven't seen them out, but there's somebody camping in 2, and it looks like there's a couple, or at least one more campsite over there. So I'll walk y'all around, show y'all everything, but I'm gonna let my salad soak first. So weird not having a stove. So I think every trip I've brought a stove. Even this last time when I had a cold soak option, like my second meal was actually one that cooked. So to do a whole weekend without a stove, it's kind of foreign. I've never done that, so something new. But I guess oh, this looks, oh, it smells so good. I guess I should have deployed the bottom first. Note, always pull out your bottom before you go to set down the food, so you don't make a mess and attract things. So it looks really good. Smells really good too. So we'll see how this is. It soaks for 6 minutes. So bugs are kind of bad down here by the water. It's not as bad as I was afraid it was going to be, but still. Oh, that is delicious. And no, I didn't pay full price. I got buy one get one free. But it's got like a crunchy part. Really good. I think it's got quinoa in it. I think that's what makes the crunchy part. Anyway, we'll take a, while that's hydrating, I'm gonna take a walk around the campground. So there's my camp. Gorgeous in the setting sunlight. So you don't actually walk down, like to get to campsite 4, there's like a little trail off to the right of these woods right here. Oh, and that is a second privy. And there's toilet paper in there. I'll show you that. But I mean, like, they look clean. So I don't know. Maybe the park is making a more conscious effort to better the sites and better the privies, because the few things that I saw, I was like, oh, don't go in the privies, you're better off just going behind a tree or whatever. But I mean, to me they look decent. So anyway, so like I say, the trail comes down right there, and this is campsite 4. So I mean, it's another one that's got a bunch of dead trees, so you're just gonna have to kind of be mindful about like where to set up. Because this may be a more of a tent friendly space, but they got, you know, picnic table. You got, looks like people may have been tenting back there, but right here's a tent site. No dead trees I don't see. I mean, this tree here's not looking too good, so I don't know if I would actually camp there or not, because that may finally break and land on your head. So, but I love this site. It's really pretty. Of course, you got the stream over there, and we'll walk back out the trail. Yeah, see, they've got it numbered, so it's pretty self-explanatory. So anyway, this is campsite 5. So it looks like you would just walk through if somebody's camping through campsite 5, but I mean, here's just a bunch of dead trees. I think I would just go over there and set up. But you know, you got another nice picnic table, and a nice fire ring, and it looks like maybe people are walking off in there to camp. I don't know, but I mean, it's really pretty. It just not so good tent options, or like definitely not hammock friendly. So like I say, that over there is a pretty. The concrete thing, it looks like maybe where the park like cleans out the fire pits or fire rings and stuff, and they just kind of dump it all there. A little bench. Of course, there's a bear locker. We'll use that here in a little while. And then here's the other second privy. See if it's got, yeah, so it's got toilet paper and hand sanitizer as well. It says keep the toilet paper box closed, but I don't see a way to close it. Anyway, so, I mean, it looks fairly clean. The other one actually looks cleaner. So it don't say like actually how many campsites are here. I'm assuming it's just 5 because you got 5, 4, 3 there where I'm set up, 2. I'm assuming it's where that other guy's set up. I'm assuming this is 1. So I mean, it looks like they've got a hitching post here. So 1 looks nice. I mean, there's not so many dead trees. Now I've not seen my neighbors like all evening, so I don't know. Maybe they're out on the trail or something. I mean, again, like you really don't have, like, you could probably set up between that tree and that tree. Or maybe come over here and set up by the creek. But you've got, I mean, like I say, there's dead trees. Like there's that tree leaning. This is a big dead tree. But then you come down here and you got, it's really nice. That looks like a road over there. What? Anyway, so, oh, what is that thing? Is there a bridge or something? Because that's got like bolts and stuff. Huh. Anyway, so now like you could probably hang down here maybe. What should I say? That's a big dead tree. That tree, I don't know. I was just like, after last week's incident with the tree falling and about killing my mom, like, I'm just kind of paranoid about trees right now. Anyway, like, this looks okay to hang off of. Probably this one, because I don't see any trees, like, leaning. And I'm going to see if I can find some more firewood. Yeah, see, like that, there's a big concrete thing. Over there's a big concrete thing. Maybe I should have stayed over there. So if anybody knows, like, what was here. See, because there's more of it over there, plus that chunk that was down there. I mean, this is really pretty. Like, this stream is really pretty. This was like some sort of dam. Oh, trout water. Maybe they stock it. Anyway, we'll get back up to camp and try out a cold soaked meal. I might try to find me some more firewood before I go back to camp. That way I'm not wandering around in the dark. Everybody stayed here in the past and tell me like that these were old fire rings right in the middle of like this flat space. Seems kind of odd. Anyway, we're going to try to find some more firewood so we can have a good fire, maybe smoke out the bugs. And luckily the bugs haven't been too bad, but it seems like as soon as you sit down, like they start. Like, oh, you've decided to stay still for a second. I'm going to get you. Alright. It's actually pretty good. It's got pretty good flavor. And you can see, you know, like you've got actual chunks of vegetables and stuff. It definitely rehydrates for a lot of food. Sit here by the fire. And just enjoy dinner. So I was over here gathering wood, and I'm only showing this because, you know, if you're over here trying to gather firewood, I don't want somebody to get snake bit. but I'm pretty sure this is a copperhead salad. But anyway, so right here at this tree, so there's my camp right over there through the trees. So I was coming over here to this stump because I was like, oh, that looks like some solid wood. Because the pine bark and stuff, it sparks a lot. So I was trying to find some wood that wouldn't spark as much. So, my idiot self. And as I was reaching in, I was like, this would be a good place for a snake. Okay? And he may already be kind of like in his hole. But anyway, like I was in there and I just happened to look to my right and I saw a tail. I'm pretty sure it was a copperhead. I'm pretty sure he's living in, Sally, go over here. Stay behind me. Because he was kind of going in, I don't know if you see one point, like in this area. So just anybody that camps here, be careful being around this tree because I'm pretty sure there's a copperhead in it. So yeah, that was kind of a startling experience. I mean, you see them and stuff, but it's like when you're probably standing less than 3 feet from it, it's like, oh crap, kind of moment. So just so y'all know, that tree stump, I wouldn't bother. Trying to get a little extra firewood. Finish my meal by all that. You don't care, do you? She'd care if it ran. But that's a baby deer. That's not a big one. Alright, time to figure out this bear thing. Stay there. Don't you move. So hopefully I've done this right. I mean, there's no instructions. Because all the ones I've seen, it lifts up. But, I mean, it seems like there would be some sort of like hook through here, but I don't see any other way to do than what I've done. So hopefully my food bag is still there in the morning. That deer's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm surprised. I honestly thought once I started messing with the food locker he'd run. Come on, Sal. Come on. Alright. I think I'm gonna make a run over there to that far side and get the log out of there because there's a really nice log in that fire pit. And that should do me for the rest of the night. So I've gathered all the wood I'm going to. That deer is still over there hanging out. So glad Sally hadn't seen it. Anyway, found one big kind of log, put on there. That'll be it for the night. I'm just gonna sit here and read. Maybe y'all can actually see that or not. I actually brought a chair. There's the chair. Over there's Sally girl. Somewhere her eyes are reflecting. There we go. And yeah, just gonna sit here and read. I've got a new book. Kristen Hannah Winter Garden. I really love The Nightingale that she wrote. So this is another historical fiction one. I think it's set in World War II, yeah, II. So anyway, I'm gonna sit here and just read that. Just chill for a little bit before I go to bed. Or at least go to the hammock and read. At least I'm not so tired like last time and just fall asleep before I actually get to even read. Anyway, just enjoy camp. It's time to call it a night. It's about 10:30 right now, so read for a little bit longer and then call it a night. It was a good day on the trail. It just took me a while to like get into the trail. I was just feeling really tired, and then at the end of the day I was feeling pretty good actually. So we'll see how I do tomorrow. The initial route was gonna be like 12 miles, so we'll see how I'm feeling. See y'all in the morning.